Do you suffer from crow's feet, smile lines, or forehead wrinkles? Would you like to enjoy potential paralysis of unintended muscles? Do you eat often and wish you had trouble swallowing foods? Do you have resting happy face? Ask your doctor about botulinum toxin today. In the 1820s, Dr. Justinus Kerner studied a batch of improperly prepared blood sausages, responsible for killing several dozen German citizens. Kerner suggested that there was something special inside of it, something that he called worst gift, or sausage poison. His experiments and case studies led to the understanding of botulism. Some symptoms include drooping eyelids, difficulty swallowing, and muscle weakness. However, botulism still occurs when food containing toxin is eaten. In 1989, Richard Clark, a plastic surgeon from Sacramento, received FDA approval of cosmetic use for botulism toxin. Neurons are complicated cells within our nervous system that are filled with smaller structures that can easily go awry. Neurons use chemical messengers called neurotransmitters to communicate between other neurons. Certain drugs cause neurons to not release their neurotransmitters. Botulinum toxin is one of those drugs. Botulinum toxin type A enters the neuron and stops vesicles containing a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine from releasing acetylcholine to the neighboring neuron. When the acetylcholine isn't released, muscle contraction is inhibited. In other words, botulinum toxin acts to bind presynaptically on the cholinergic nerve terminals, decreasing the release of acetylcholine. This causes a neuromuscular blocking effect. This mechanism laid the foundation for the development of the toxin as a therapeutic tool. In 2015, botulinum toxin type A was the #1 minimally invasive cosmetic procedure. Among the 6.7 million procedures, we have 3 recipients to tell us about their stories.
This doctor is a true artist when it comes to Botox and lip injections. I'm almost 20 and I decided I need a little pick-me-up, nothing crazy. I explained I wanted to look natural. That's exactly what I got. The lip injections have made my already plump lips more full. I'll definitely be returning. The doctor explained everything thoroughly and gave me exactly what I was looking for. I got 22 units of Botox in my forehead and crow's feet. I had very minimal wrinkles to begin with, but planning on continuing using Botox treatment to maintain a youthful look and feel extremely youthful.
My underarms used to drip before I started getting Botox for excessive sweating. It seemed that no matter what activity I was doing, I would be sweaty doing it. When I found Botox, I was hesitant at first, but I just decided to go for it. The twice yearly injections, 20 per armpit, are not fun, but the results are sweet smelling. Now I feel no need to be insecure about my sweat.
I've never had Botox before, but it was suggested by my optician to fix a twitchy eyelid. The doctor was sympathetic to the initial eye problem and then incredibly helpful in erasing years of stress that it created on my forehead. I was most impressed with his attention to detail, and the procedure was very much personalized. He clearly practices a less is more approach, explaining he wanted a more natural look rather than too obvious. It clearly worked brilliantly, as my eye is back to normal, and we've both had many comments regarding how well we look. In order to spread the awareness of botulinum toxin, we held an information session with a few students at Elon.
Okay, thank you for listening to my explanation of Botox.
Welcome.
So under the same category of Botox, nicotine and Curare act on acetylcholine as either an agonist or an antagonist. L-Dopa, MDMA, and SSRIs, cocaine, and methamphetamine, are drugs that act on dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. The family of neurotransmitters is called the monoamines. Valium and alcohol are drugs that act on the amino acid family. And other families are peptides, lipids, nucleosides, and soluble gases. Thanks.
From 1997 to 2006, 180 patients developed life-threatening conditions after being injected with Botox, with 16 deaths and 87 hospitalizations. 4 of the deaths occurred in children under 18.